But Real. I am one of your hosts, Lisa L. Gilliam, also known as One Singing Lady. And as you all know, I'm a vocalist, a speaker, of course, podcast host and poet, and author of the book 21 Days Overcoming Heartache and Pain, Finding Strength and Healing. And I try to use I don't even try, I do. I use my performance, communication, and literary art skills to build, bridge, and restore relationships. Therefore, what I'm speaking, singing, whatever I'm doing, writing, it's my desire that my words are melodic, just like music to your ears. Note that the comments that myself and the co-host make are our own comments. And if you need additional help, then you can definitely reach out to us and we will try to refer you to a counselor or therapist if you need that. But we have been like rebranding, I guess, in a sense. Although we were always talking about relationships, now that's like really the primary focus, all types of relationships. And so one of our co hosts will be joining us shortly. Uh, and then until that time, though, myself and my co-host will get started. So, would you like to introduce yourself to the people, ma'am?
Good evening, people. I'm Erica.
Anything you want to say, Erica? You want to start off?
So we've been chatting amongst us about relationships and specifically about, I guess, what's too much, right? That's one way of looking at it. Am I too independent as a woman in this relationship? Am I not doing enough? Or am I doing too much that the man doesn't feel like he is the man? Right. And
Mhm.
so I thought that was very interesting. I was really excited for us to kind of delve into it a little more. Um, so I'll start by saying that I think independence in anybody, man or woman, is great. But I think there's some value to interdependence too, right? Like for me, I am a firm believer that God created us for relationships, right? And those are all sorts of relationships: romantic, non romantic, familial, friendship, brotherhood, sisterhood, relationships, period. And
Okay.
so, given that, let's talk about the romantic piece, right? So, in relationships, romantic relationships, I think that a level of independence is good. It's nothing wrong with it, right? Um, I am my own person, you are your own person, in the relationship, and we bring that to each other. Now, historically, society would have us women be super dependent on a man, right? That's choking me up just saying it, right? I mean, like super dependent, right? And
Uh,
that's not healthy. Because what happens if something happens to that relationship? Am I able to stand on my own 2 feet? Am I able to do things for myself? So I think about my parents who met in high school.
mhm.
They were 22, 23 when they got married, became parents 9 months later. And I think it's safe to say, to an extent, my mother was kind of dependent on my father in the sense that they had one car my whole life. Um,
Wow.
and my father did all the driving, like all the time. My mother did not drive. The few times she drove, it was because he was not physically in the car, and she didn't drive far. If the drive had to go far, if it took long, my father was the driver. So when my dad got sick with his lung cancer and could no longer drive, my mother had to start driving more. And then when he
Mhm.
subsequently passed away, my mother had no choice but to drive. And at that point, she was in her 50s.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, I say that to say, I don't think there's anything wrong with any relationship, friendship, romantic, whatever, in which people fall into roles that they're comfortable with. I mean, if that's where you're comfortable, that's where you're comfortable, and that's okay. But you do have to be mindful and careful about falling into a place that might stifle you so that when the alternative comes, you're stuck, you know. So that's kind of how I wanted to, get us started on this idea of independence.
I don't know. I don't even know if I could deal with that. Like so much, like I don't, believe it or not, like to drive. I like the ability to be able to drive.
Hmm.
So just to imagine that I couldn't, or that I was the only person, that did, that's a lot to take in. Um, I also just don't like to be mandated to do something. Like, even whether it's not something that I cause, if now I have to shift because of something else happening, like in the case of, your father becoming ill, your mom having
Hmm.
to have to do it. I think that that's a lot. Great responsibility, but I also don't know what it's like to have a man in my life that catered to me in that way either.
And
I
so
mean,
it's funny that you would say cater to. I don't
mhm,
know that I ever perceived it as being catered to. So some years back, my mom was attending Largo Community Church
mhm,
here in the area, and I would go to like some of their like women's stuff that she would turn me on to. And I remember one of the older women, probably my mother's age, maybe a little older than my mother, but for the most part, her peer,
mhm.
um, talking about the fact that she has never put her own gas in her car. The
Wonderful.
husband to that day, that maybe 10 years ago, maybe that I was going around there, the husband was putting gas in her car. She had never put gas in her own car. That is catered to me.
Mhm,
That is someone catering to someone. My dad being the driver, I didn't perceive that as him catering to my mother. I mean, he knew my mother actually kind of had a fear. We had gotten into, I don't know what happened before this, but I was young, maybe 5 or 6 years old, and we had gotten into a car accident on Indian Head Highway. And my mother was the one that got severely hurt. So we were at the, I can't think of the street, but it's not as far down as Livingston if you're coming off the Beltway. We were at the red light. We were car number two, if not three. But whatever car number we were, the car that hit us or hit the car behind us hit so hard that we hit the car in front of us that, it was just like a chain reaction kind of thing. My mother ended up with whiplash,
mhm,
whiplash that kind of followed her like the rest of our life. Like there were just times where her neck, she would have to put a brace on and wear it around the house or whatever. So she had a lot of paranoia after that incident. So I don't know. I don't know if prior to that accident she was willing to be a driver, but after that, no. And the thing is, she wasn't the driver in the accident. She was a passenger.
mhm.
You
Well, isn't
know.
it the ones who it usually is? I was the ones who get hurt or die or whatever. I've oftentimes heard is the one who wasn't driving, which sometimes
Yeah.
that's a whole nother subject or whatever. So I just wanted, when you said that, me,
Mhm.
I always want to see the whole definition because it is interesting how we see it differently. Let me just say, I have a friend who was actually in an automobile accident,
Mhm.
and her spouse also took her around. When I say the word catered, I mean if it's something that I'm able to do regardless of why I don't do it. So
Mhm.
in that case, it would be fear or the psychological trauma, you know what I'm saying, of what happened, because
Mhm.
that's definitely traumatic, that stops me from progressing on my own. Cater to means to provide what is needed, wanted, or demanded by a specific person or group. And in that case, it is catering.
Okay.
The gas situation, that's catering too.
Mhm.
Um, I've never had that ability to have somebody else do. I would love it. That's why I say wonderful. When you said
Mhm.
they, but I wish somebody else would drive for me sometimes, like just offer. I wish that somebody else would put gas in my car. I wish somebody else would take out my trash. Like
Mhm.
all that is still, am I able to, even with injuries, to do it? Yes, I am. Now, it may take me a little bit longer now, whatever, but
Mhm.
if it's something I have the ability to do myself and somebody else is doing it, not because these are just our rules in our home or our rules in our relationship, But if it's because I'm doing it too, for one of those reasons, it is a cater. And not just that. Now, what I think is not a catering to, and I've talked about this with some friends too. One friend was talking to me and she was like, yeah, this guy, he buys all these like really nice dresses for her at different times. Really, really nice dresses. Something
Mm-hmm.
else has not happened to me. I know what happens to females all the time. This hasn't happened for me. And so that is a desire to
Mm-hmm.
do. I want to purchase this dress, or sometimes, because now I'm not saying I've never had a guy buy clothing for me, because that would be a lie. I have.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But not, well, I just want to take you out of town or get you this nice dress. That has not happened to me. Um, so I think that that is more of a desire, but I think
Mm-hmm.
the other two examples, to me, and even just hearing definition, are catering. And then I think that what we see also affects what we receive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, because I've never seen that, I have a friend, I got a lot of different stories, I guess, who did, once they got married, they were like, I'm not taking out the trash. That's what he's for. And nothing was wrong with their legs, their arms, nothing. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't super heavy. That was just because that's the way that she was raised. Was she had sibling brothers. I also had sisters, but brothers who did
Mm-hmm.
this. Her dad who did it, and so when we get into like what you're talking about, that kind of goes into like gender roles too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you think that that's what should be done. Now, granted, if God does allow me to get married, I would love for my husband to take out the trash. I would love for my husband to take my car and get it gassed up so I don't have to deal with
Yeah.
that, right? But I'm grateful, and I know, like, my dad, before he died, he showed me where the oil was. I know how to, if I have to. Now, I'm not changing it. I'm not getting up under anybody's car.
Mm-hmm.
Not interested. I don't want to change a tire, but, if I have to put on a spare, I can do it. You know what I mean? Like, I also think men, in that sense, they should know how to sew, at least darn, which is sewing a hole. Like, know the different things or whatever. But my dad was also, hey chef, my dad was also able to do that too. He
Mm-hmm.
often ironed. I went to a Catholic school at one point and he put the pleats in our skirts. He knew he cooked too. My mom was a nurse and my dad was a mechanic, but at one point he got injured. And so they both kind of did both different, roles that people might not think were their roles. So um I'll let Erica tell you what we were talking about so that
So,
you.
Chef, we started the conversation, the videos we've been tossing between the three of us, and, just talking about the idea of a woman being too independent. And that led me to point out that growing up, my mother never drove. She just wasn't very comfortable driving. My father did all the driving. We only had one car. And it wasn't until, and my parents, got married when they were 22, 23. So it wasn't until they were 55, 54, where my dad got sick with lung cancer and subsequently passed away, that my mother had to start driving, like literally all the time on her own. Prior to, she drove a little bit, like from our apartment to the store, which was like 10 minutes up the road, something like that. But once my dad passed away, she had to do all the driving. And so that led us to just kind of talking about being catered to. And I said that I never really saw that as being catered to. It was just the way it was because my mother wasn't comfortable driving. But then I mentioned that maybe about 10, 12 years ago, I was at like a women's group at a church, and an older woman pointed out that she never, ever put gas in her car. Her husband always does it for her, even at their elderly age. When they were younger and their whole life together, the husband. So that's kind of how the conversation started. And then it dipped into just this idea of gender roles, right? And so Lisa was saying, when God provides that husband to her, she'll be so happy to relinquish taking the trash out. Like she will gladly let him be the trash taker in the relationship. So, welcome. You came in just in time to give us a perspective of your own. Oh, dang. You're like mute.
You're on mute. Yeah.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes, now we can.
Hey, hi everybody.
Hey.
Hey, so I believe that I would give up cooking. I would give up cooking.
That's a problem.
Right.
It's not a problem.
That's a problem.
It's not a
Because
problem.
I'm not trying
It's a
to cook.
problem.
It's not a problem.
It's a problem because you love cooking.
You
I'm
love it
It's
and you
your
do it so
thing.
well.
It's
who
your
said?
thing.
Well, hold on. It is therapeutic, but I like being cooked for too. And while she look, think about this. Think about this. While she's cooking, I'm taking out the trash.
Nope.
Check
Because
it
when I
out.
cook, I
Taking out
take
the
out I
trash.
do all, I clean up my own self. I
Lisa,
told
it
you that.
has
I don't want
nothing to
nobody
do
else to
with
do it.
Lisa. It has nothing to.
It does. This is how we started the
No, no,
conversation.
no, no, no. You asked me what I want to give up, and I'm
Okay.
But you
saying,
mentioned taking out the trash, and that was my comment. That was your slide back to me. That's what
okay,
you
I
were
did,
doing.
I did, okay, I did do that.
On
You're right.
purpose, because I know
On
you now.
purpose. It was purpose. It was on purpose. You're
So let me ask you this though. In your scenario, chef, is your woman as good a cook as you are?
right.
That's probably a no.
Probably yes, probably so. I have,
You might not
honest.
date anybody that can't cook, is what you said.
Maybe.
I've never dated a woman that couldn't cook, so I wouldn't. I've never experienced that. But I do. Being in the DMV now, I have heard a lot of women say that they don't cook, so they spend money, they don't cook. So I get it. I
Don't
get
cook or can't are two different things,
And
though.
it.
so I'm saying don't cook like you, which might equate to can't cook. Make the kind of meals you make. Put the kind of prep in it that you prep in it. What is your woman doing if you've given up the cooking? Is she that same kind of cook that you are?
Nah, I think no one loved the same. So I feel like in the kitchen, my love for the food is a little different than
And so
hers. That
you're
doesn't
willing to
mean
give that up?
I'm willing to, if she wants to learn and I'm able to teach, I think if she's able to learn, that can be teach.
So
Cooking could
y'all are
be
cooking
teach.
together.
Yes, that's a fun activity for couples.
So you didn't
That's
give up
fine.
cooking. You didn't give up cooking.
But
You over
but
here trying to
but
act
no
like
no
you
no
ain't cooking.
listen. In any relationship I've been, the woman does more cooking than me.
Yeah,
When I
that would
cook,
never be. That's
when
why
I
we
cook,
can't be together, chef. Therefore,
when I cook, it's special. It's like a special occasion. She was like, "Baby, it's been a minute. You ain't cooked for me." Boom, boom. Unless I come home first and I'm hungry, then I cook for I cook for the whole house. But 9 times out of 10, I'm only using my past encounters is
Mhm.
9 times out of 10, I'm being cooked for.
Okay. All
So what are
right.
you doing? If she's the one, I'm just keep it
Who
PG.
who I
What?
am in a relationship?
Yeah, what do you do in the relationship? What are your
Every
roles?
everything else that a woman wants and needs in a relationship.
Which is
My
what?
woman,
Enlighten us.
I'm providing.
So she don't have to pay no
Giving.
bills. eighty
All right,
percent of the bill.
if we living together,
Yeah, let's say living together.
mm-mm,
Okay, and let's say not living together. Because wait,
hmm
the reason why I say this because the other day
I'm
I
not
was
I'm not taking care of any woman that's not my wife. So
If she's living with you, is she definitely your
she's
wife?
she's definitely my wife.
So
She
you're
living
not
with me.
living with each other before being married.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
what if she needed
Because
something and
we're
she didn't
already
ask you
dating.
for it, but you know that it's a need, but that's your woman.
Meaning, would
Would
you
you
help her
help her out?
financially?
Yeah, we in it for a minute. Yeah, we solid. We in
Okay.
it for a minute. Yeah. Her voice is heard. Her voice is always going to be heard. If she need my support, I gotta just you gotta make it make sense. But long as she make it make sense, I'm convinced. I believe in her and I support her. And if she's the breadwinner, if she's the star of this team, then I don't have any problem with taking a step back and let her shine. We don't need two stars because then we bump heads. So if I'm stronger in the kitchen as a chef and as a cook than her, and that's not her thing, cool, I got it. But if we both can equally cook, it don't matter if she's just making one of my favorite meals, which is beans and sausage. Doesn't really matter to me. I'm happy.
I'm laughing because that's actually what I made tonight because that's what I wanted.
It's my favorite
So
meal.
funny.
Look at y'all. Look at y'all.
Seriously.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be transparently honest with you. If I were
Transparently.
single and we
Uh,
met each other and you told me your name was Chef, oh, you cooking? You cooking?
It depends. How you gonna cook? Okay, so my thing is this, because I get a lot of women that say that. How would you convince me to cook for you if I say no?
Their ways.
I mean, I would literally just ask you, like, why would you not want to cook? You
I
going
mean,
around calling yourself chef and you
yeah,
don't want
but
to cook.
yeah, but I also tell people these hands don't touch pots and pans unless a co-payment has already been deposited.
Okay,
Look at
so
Lisa. Lisa like
I gotta
Lisa.
pay for
I
the
ain't
Right.
meal.
doing that.
I'm trying to check them, see if there's any messages. That's why we on the live.
I gotta pay for the meal. Okay, we go out to eat. I gotta pay, perhaps.
But if you my girl, that's different. Of course you're gonna get free meals and I'm cooking.
Okay, that's
You
all I'm
don't do
saying.
females when you first go out, like on the first date?
Excuse me?
I'm asking.
You asking what again?
If you're taking a girl out on a first date, you don't pay for the meal?
Of course I pay for the meal. I even bring a gift. Even when I take a woman out as a gentleman, I always bring a gift and we have a gift and then I pay for the meal.
And I
I
was
would
just
pay
asking
I've paid a meal and left a girl at the table.
I'm
you
nervous
didn't
to ask
tell her
why.
that?
What
Because
happened?
it wasn't I just felt like wrong person, right time at that moment.
But you didn't tell her?
Tell her what? That I'm leaving? Of course I did.
You?
Y'all
Oh,
drove
okay.
separate. Y'all met there,
Yeah, we
and
drove separate, man.
you just was like, I'm
I
out.
wasn't into the things that she was into. We wasn't aligned spiritually or you know,
And
we
none of
just
that came
wasn't.
up in conversation before the dinner date.
Nah, because I feel like
You
nah.
wait till you meet them to tell them or to find out
Tell
stuff?
them what. Well, I
No, to
mean,
find.
as the relationship progresses and you go on this, let's say this first date, you're still learning each other, and I just feel like certain things are when you ask a certain question in person, your body language shifts or whatever. So then we can get deeper into it. Like, yo, why don't you like X, Y, and Z? You know what I'm saying? And
Mm.
we just wasn't aligned in places like that, but it's okay.
Okay, so let me take it back to the initial
Oh, I
question.
cook now. I cook for shit.
Now he's stuck on that.
I got a few people that I would love to cook for. No, I'm playing.
Oh my God.
They gonna be calling you after this. Let me take it back to the initial question. Can a woman be too independent in a relationship with a man, right? Like she don't need his money. She don't need what was some of the other things that
Yes,
I can't even
yeah,
remember. I'm trying to
I can't remember
remember.
all the details either.
yes.
Okay. What's too independent look like from your perspective?
So I feel like if a guy, okay, you don't need his money. Obviously, you're secured in a lot of places, right? But it's something about our DNA, well, my DNA, where if I want, if I'm offering, if I'm offering, that means I can afford it. Not just, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like if you if you're never asking me for help, then I feel
Oh,
like I'm not
that
needed.
was it.
I feel like I'm not needed if you're never asking me for help and I'm steady asking you, do you need my help? What do you need? Can I help you with something? Because as I'm a problem solver, so if you come with me as I'm going to solve the problem. But if you always saying, nah, I don't need it or I'm good, then you're teaching me how to treat you in the
Mm.
future. So I just
That
feel
was
like
it.
when you teach when if you're teaching somebody, if that's how you teaching somebody, remember you can't come back after 3 or 5 years later and say, well, he doesn't do X, Y, and Z because at this place this is how he conformed to the relationship, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, if you want a guy to provide and to be that man that you want, you have to, you have to give up some things. Like love is measured by your sacrifices, not by the, materialistic stuff and shit that we buy. It's what you give up. It's what you're sacrificing. That's the only time you can measure love, in my opinion. This is just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, definitely, I got some people I want to cook for. hmm
What's the first meal you're gonna make for one of the people?
For one,
Mm-hmm.
butter chicken.
Butter chicken.
Butter chicken and rice with garlic naan bread is an Indian dish.
Mm-hmm.
That joint is good. I've had it. But how about I just need you to cook for your friends first? Friends. They right here on this live right now.
Hmm.
I'm just saying. You never know. We might have the people. We might know the people that you want to cook for. We might.
Okay.
You never know.
They know the people that I want to cook for know who they are.
Oh, they know.
Yeah.
So we're not people we want to cook for, Erica. You just heard that, right?
I just met y'all. These people have been rocking with me
Oh,
since the
we
inception.
have not attained that status yet. I got it. Okay.
You know what I mean?
So
I don't
That's a mess.
one of the people put the request in for the butter chicken, or you just know that they would like that?
I know they would like that, and it would be something different, and something would, and I would let them help me make it.
Hmm.
So it's always an experience. I love that. That's what I live for when I'm in it. But I do so many other things. That's just therapeutic for me. Cooking is therapeutic. It's like cutting grass. My mind is clear. I'm in my zone. It's just it's a work of art in the kitchen. It don't matter who kitchen it is. It could be it's the same process in anybody's kitchen.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So a woman can be too independent.
Correct.
A woman can say no too much. Like, no, I don't need this. No, I don't need your help. No, I'm good. No, I'm fine.
You know what it is, Erica? It's more like if you get a guy that complains about everything and he becomes more like, what do you guys call that? Sassy, or more like, he's operating from a feminine standpoint, like he's not really masculine. Have you ever met a guy that really wasn't masculine, but he's a guy, but not as masculine as what you're probably prone to know, right? That's how we look at independent women that always say no.
They're too masculine. They're not very feminine.
They're not very feminine at all.
So in my circle of girlfriends, 8 of us.
The circle that I seen.
Yes, that picture of my girlfriends in the circle, literally. But in my circle of girlfriends, 4 single, 4 married, right? And the single one, married, divorced, and they are some really handy women in this circle. Like there's a lot that they can do around the house and whatever. But that's not to say that they're like masculine.
I wouldn't no. So being handy. So one of my exes knows how to install windows in a house. Knows how to build structures because of her background in the military. So I'm just saying, it's not. First of all, with me, you can't outman me. First of all, I think I haven't experienced it, but you can't outman me. And if you're telling me constantly no on everything, you're just teaching me how to just love you. That's all. Because I'm gonna stop asking. I'm gonna give you what you want.
So I probably was one of those people though at one point, and that's because I've been dealt a bad hand all the time. So I always we were talking about in the beginning, I've never had anybody just consistently put gas in my car or consistently want to drive me around, like consistently do anything for me in my life. And so it's not that I didn't want the help. I remember I was going to a function, just some singing friends. We were doing something. And this guy, he was married, but I was so used to saying, they like, you need any help? And I'm like, no. And then I thought about it, I was like, why did I say that? Because I really did need the help. I'm also the same type of person. If you ask me how I'm doing, if you've talked to me, what's one of the first things that I usually say? Two little letters. One
I'm
begins with
good.
the O.
Okay.
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 Always. And I might not be. So I've had to, for me, I don't know. I was watching something. I was like, what's the soft hand error? I don't know what that is. It's been hard. My life has been hard, like literally. And so I've had to fend for myself. I've had to do for myself. I've had to, it's not that I don't want the help. It's also like the relearning of you don't necessarily have to do that. Like now, especially being in this house, man, I need a personal handyman to help with some stuff. Or because of injury, I could use a personal, touch to do something. I had to screw in a bulb, not a bulb, but the cover. And that was something that was changed from when I was here before. And because of the injury, it was so hard to stand as tall as I am. The ceilings aren't high, but I couldn't easily do what I needed to do to the point now I'm just gonna pay somebody to take care of it so I'm asking for help now, but I grew up always having to handle it. Even when I lived like my mom, my aunt, I was still the more well able-bodied person. So I was the one digging myself out, or my mom's car out the snow, or I was the one bringing in, gross. They would do their stuff too, but a lot of it still weighed on me. So I welcome having someone, like I said, in my life that is just like, I got you.
I mean, in a relationship, most of us are proactive anyway. Like if I see help is needed, then I wouldn't wait for her to ask me if the help. However, if she never takes the help and she always says no, then why are we in a relationship? Because I just feel like the setup is kind of like the president and first lady. Like we know what does the first lady do? You know what I'm saying? So, but other than look good, and it's the status and the requirement that you need to be married in a relationship to be president. So in this case, she may be a CEO, she may have her own, she may be an entrepreneur, she may, whatever the case, she's stable. And all I need now is just companionship. I think you say what you need at the door and you let the other people fill in the blanks, because I'm gonna tell you what I want, you tell me what you want, and we can see if we meet in the middle. But just don't come with no unclear expectations and requirements that doesn't align with really what we both want individually. Because you're gonna hear what I want, I'm gonna hear what you want, and if it adds up, don't come later and be like, I want this too. This, I don't, what am I here for if you like that, right? What's the need for me if you don't need my help with anything?
So I
Other
think
than
that's, I was going to say, I
Mhm.
think that's inherent in any relationship, right? Anybody wants to feel needed. Romantic relationships, each person wants to feel needed. Parent, children want to feel needed. Siblings, I think. So I get it. Like, certainly we want to feel necessary in our relationships, right? We want to bring value to the relationship, but we all know on this call, we all know very well that there are people who will take the other side of that, will take advantage of the fact, right, that someone else is doing all the work. They will gladly let someone else
like
do all
like
the work.
cooking, right? Like, yeah, he can cook. Let him cook every night. Yeah,
Gladly.
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 Yeah, gladly, gladly. We don't care about that. Nigga, cook. I got some chicken nuggets on the way here. You can eat that. Cook.
I don't know, y'all.
How do you appreciate if I'm cooking all the time, then how do you appreciate the person that's making your meals if you never cook?
I do something for you. You're the
Like,
cook, and I have another gift or talent that I'm good at that
okay,
you lack in. And so I do that with no problem.
okay. See, but
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. So to me, it's not if it, to me that's just how relationships work. So it's like I tried my baby cooking, I didn't like it. The fish was nasty, the chicken wasn't seasoned good. Um, Potato salad with raisins in it, I don't like it. You know what I mean? So to me, I'm a cook. So what is she? To me, she got to do something. The house clean. Okay, I'm cooking the house clean though. I got
Mhm.
matching. Like I need a woman to have matching Tupperware. Come in and change my Tupperware.
What's
See,
mismatched Tupperware?
like stuff that I got containers from the Chinese spot. I have the Chinese containers. I have it just doesn't look grown in there. It's not grown. It's various. It's Toys R Us. It's just it's varieties of everything in there. I want matching Tupperware now.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just saying that's something she'd be like, baby, you know what? Throw away these. I got Waffle House Tupperware. Where you put the waffle in. I brought that home. I was like, yeah, I can make a sandwich, PB&J sandwich, some chips, throw in there, put it in the lunch bag. I'm gone. You see what I'm saying? But now she'll see that and say, let's get some Rubbermaid around here. Let's get some Rubbermaid. You need Rubbermaid. I'm gonna upgrade you. I'm like, I'm gonna go to work and I'm gonna tell everybody, guess what my girl did, bro? You never had a woman that did this in your life. You're like, bro, what your woman do? She gave me Rubbermaid, bro. Tupperware.
I'm about
Hmm?
to say, I hope you add, because they like, what in the hell are you
I
talking
know, I
about?
know. Rubbermaid. That's how you know I'm really cooking. Rubbermaid. But Tupperware. Tupperware. Yeah.
Actually, they say you should get the glass kind, not the plastic anymore either. But that's another
Okay.
story.
But if her pockets, if that clutch or pocketbook can afford that, I'm in heaven.
Mm.
Going to work, you see this Pyrex glass, brother? The Tupperware on it? Shit. With the lid, my girl got money. $20 for this one thing right here. I get it. I get excited about small stuff that women do. I don't. I never needed a woman to. I'm not the type of guy that me. And it's plenty. I know plenty of guys like this. I'm not the type of guy that need a whole bunch of money or something for my woman financially, unless she just see that I'm falling short. That I need is to water my plants. Can you do that? So I mean, if I'm cooking every day, it is a trade off, but I'm cooking. I'm out here fixing cars. I'm cutting grass. I'm building stuff. I mean, the world around here for her would be so simple. Like,
I will say this. When
no.
we were, all of us, right? When we were children, when we were younger, growing up in our parents' home, whatever that looked like for us, however we grew up, I think the idea of having your own home, maybe that's a female thing more so than a male thing. I'm not sure, chef. But the idea of having your own home, right? Like, what would you decorate it? Like, I remember in high school, IKEA had just become like a thing around here, right? And they would send the catalog in the mail. I remember going through the IKEA catalog, like picking out how I would furnish my home, right? Because the idea of creating a home and what you would do, all these things you were just talking about, chef, right? Like that stuff is kind of exciting. Again, maybe it's a female thing because we're kind of in my generation, our generation, bred that way to think like that. But what am I gonna decorate my home like? What
I
it
love your generation.
what is what is mealtime gonna like? Just I remember. And then we actually had to do it. Had to be out here because what do people say? Adulthood
I
is the most ghetto hood I'd ever visited. I don't want
Yeah.
to.
Your generation is something special when you because I'm old enough I'm in between, so I get to see both. But
Hmm.
I really think there is it's in my generation, it's like few in betweens. But it's a lot of women that are actually meant to be wives in your generation and
Hmm.
how they was raised because the times were different it was the expectations of something else. Right now, there is no, it's the Wild West. It's no expectations of anything. My generation, 90s, late 80s, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But we the last kids that actually have go outside and play. All right. But before that, you had like women's in the 80s and them 70s and 80s women. Gosh almighty.
You're looking at them.
Exactly.
We are the
Gosh
women.
almighty. What's going on? Fix me. They got a pot of greens on the stove when you walk in and shit. You know what I mean? Come in, sit down, and get something to eat. Get you a little plate.
Maybe not. maybe I'm
No,
not
I'm just
that.
saying. I'm just saying. It's different. You know,
Yeah.
different areas require. You know, have different. But yeah, it's different. So it's different, man. I wish I can give a whole piece on that. I can teach a class on that stuff. But I do
Can't
have a
wait till I
few
can get
people.
another male perspective on this job.
I do.
You crack me up, Chef.
I do have a few people I want to cook for. I'm not saying you guys are not in there, but
Don't try to clean it up for
no,
the
I'm not
internet.
cleaning. I'm not
Violated
cleaning.
that
Come
bill.
on, I'm not gonna fake for nobody, but I do have just a couple, just two that I can
And
think
so
of.
why is it you want to cook for them? What?
So when I first started, you know, when you first start social media or building a platform, these people been with me since forever. And a lot of people that has been with me forever, I do take time out of my day, even if I got to take off, to support them when I see they have something. They may not even know I'm showing up, but when I show up, they like, I know this guy, or what's your cash app? And I send them, but it's just two people that they always like and share. They always comment. They always, if I go missing, they be like, yo, where you at? We need that content. So I feel like, they lifers. I'm sure Lisa
Okay.
in your profession, you have those people like Lisa, when you gonna sing again? We miss that voice, that angelic voice you have. And they wherever you at, they want to know that you're still singing, you're still doing stuff that you love. And Erica, I'm sure with your many talents that you keep secret, that you
Don't
that you
keep
have
them
some
secret.
that you have some fans out there too. So
Oh my God. That
so
was funny.
yeah, these two people I just want to cook for, whether they're, couple, I cook if they got a couple or just a small group. But I definitely
Okay.
wanna, I'm coming out with something new in this year, so be on the lookout for that. Yeah, but too independent, a woman too independent ain't my type and ain't most guys' type unless I got a bunch of money and I really don't pay attention to that. But it only works if both people in that relationship have money and they financially stable and they well off, then that can work. But if I'm a guy and I first of all, I just feel like the real guys is not gonna ask like my girl too independent. They're not gonna never say like my girl is independent. You wanna know why they ain't gonna say that? Because they already made her bend. She's already asking for shit. She's already saying yes when the other guy gotta know. You get what I'm saying? Because you can't outman me. I'm like, oh, okay, well, shit, blow your fucking brakes on that. I ain't Go ahead. Because you're gonna come back and ask me for something. So sometimes life gotta teach you, right? Yeah. But her voice is heard, you know what I mean? She wanna be a little CEO, whatever. I be the janitor. I ain't got no problem. Got no problem. Go on, babe. Got no problem.
Good to know. Good to know.
Got no
Ladies,
problem.
y'all heard it here.
No. That doesn't make me less than
Right.
because I'm still doing what I need to do on the back end. But when it comes to her, like I'm chilling. Like you can't get me off my square with my girl. You understand? Like you can't get me like because I know what I have at that point. She ain't telling me no. She's saying yes a lot of times. Just no to something that she had a dream. She had a dream that she was going to be the best at this one particular thing, and she ain't gonna let nobody come in between that. So when I look at it in that particular way, I went in neither. Like I hear you, but this is my thing.
Are
So
you
if
close to wanting to get back out there? Just curious.
What we talking about?
Relationship. Are you close to wanting to get it
Closer
stutter?
than close.
He had to slurp on that one, Lisa.
Slurp is crazy.
Rude excuse, the rude slurping.
I'm pretty close. I go back and forth.
Just let her know that on Wednesdays at 8 o'clock you got a podcast.
I'm pretty close.
I would imagine she knows that.
I mean, yeah, they all know that.
Is she watching?
She probably is.
Okay. You should say something.
I say don't say the wrong thing.
Say what?
Don't say the wrong thing.
Yeah. I said hi she because I don't know who she is. So I just said hi she.
You know, yeah, she's probably watching, or they're probably watching, or whomever is probably watching. You know,
I mean, some people do catch the replay, so
yeah, you know. I mean, I like making stuff exciting. So at the end of the day, she's trying to catch me. She's trying to lock me down. But they always have been. This drink is good. Shit, y'all not drinking tonight? Oh, y'all being modest.
I usually don't. You're the only one that really does on here. I usually have water.
No, see, so Lisa, let me give you something. When Erica hair is a little different today, but when they like pent up a little bit, flipped and stuff like that, she got some wine. I want to let you know she'll keep a little wine close by.
God. I'm
so Lisa, you don't drink at all?
In the house. I do.
You don't. What you drink? Lisa, you
sometimes
interesting.
Wine. Sometimes wine, sometimes bourbon, sometimes whiskey, sometimes vodka.
Bourbon and whiskey?
Every now and then.
See, I thought you was going to say
the Christian in me. I know you weren't expecting that, but
no.
the Christian in me always cared more about stopping somebody because I've never been drunk. I've been close to it. I think maybe closer than I thought. But if I was, I'll say one time in my life. And I don't like not having all my faculties and everything that's going on. So, and I also don't want to cause anybody else to stumble, which we know the Bible talks about. So I just don't drink very often. But I like a little mixed drink every now and then. But yeah, I can go years and not have nothing. It's not that big.
You was going to say Hennessy.
I had Hennessy. It's okay. I'd rather Hennessy on my meat. I like the taste of it in my, some of my meat.
And your meat?
Like Fridays, they do, they do Hennessy. Steak, ribs, chicken. Like
you're a cook. You
Dr. Pepper.
No.
Especially in ribs. Dr. Pepper and ribs is even better.
I don't like Dr. Pepper. You know what though? I do like Dr. Pepper Blackberry. That joint's good. But Dr. Pepper by itself, it's an aftertaste. I gotta put a caveat out there. So all of my Christian friends who do watch this, I'm sorry if that disappoints you. But he says, "Be not drunk with wine. Don't give way to strong drink."
The Bible says.
I know what the word says, but yeah,
it doesn't say you cannot drink.
And it says don't give way to strong drink. But I mean, if vodka if bourbon or whiskey isn't strong to you, is it considered a strong drink? I don't know. But yeah, every now and then, I don't do it a lot. Actually, I'm gonna shout out Free State Distillery, Black-owned distillery in Upper Marlboro. And I frequent there as much as I can. It's a nice little spot because they do their own. I appreciate that.
Lisa, it's all about you tonight. Lisa.
No, we got like 2 minutes.
Okay, can I have 60 seconds?
What's your question?
I had recently been invited to go karaoke.
What?
He said go karaoke.
Go karaoke or go karaoke?
Go karaoke. Because I'm not going.
Go to karaoke, okay. And you gonna go and you gonna sing?
So that was Friday that just passed, right?
Oh. So did you go?
No. You wanna know why I didn't go?
Because you don't sing.
No, Lisa, can I tell you?
Yes. All right.
Because I thought you was gonna be there with the kitten heels. it was the time that they were going. I was like, Lisa, go there, and I don't want to see her with the kitten heels on.
Where was it?
It's this place called K Live or something like that.
Oh, that's in the Harbor, and I haven't been actually either there or the one Southwest.
Bro.
And no, and I don't dress up like karaoke is like me going to a game, like a football game, a basketball game. Like this is my
Kitten heels
family.
is dressing up.
Yes,
Oh my.
if it costs as much as those that I have, absolutely. I was 6'1" most of my life. Why do I need to be 6'10"? Why I need to be 6'6"?
I'm gonna be real honest. I was in church the other day and I looked down at someone's feet and I think they were kitten heels. I was cracking up.
You can't even
Myself.
tell from mine from the front that it depends on what they are. But no, those are expensive. The off-white ones are. Now the gold and the silver ones, they not. And I only got them to
Have you
match.
ever? I bet you can hit all kind of notes in kitten heels.
I can hit all kind of notes whenever I sing.
Well,
So
what
are you
would
like an alto?
Now I am more of an alto, second soprano, but I used to be first soprano. I used to sing opera.
Used to sing opera. Oh, okay.
I was a
I
music
drank it up.
major.
I
Yeah.
drank that up. You sang
I mean,
Erica?
I still could do it, but not. It wouldn't be in the same.
Lisa, can I ask you a question?
You've been asking. Let
Thank
it
you,
roll.
Lisa. Lisa, thank you. Can you tell the internet and myself what is these talents that Erica always mentioned that she has? You've been knowing her longer,
I don't know
so
that I said
she
I had
never
these talents.
like
What
you
are you
saying
talking
I
about?
cook. You saying I cook. What do she do? Like
You know what? I'm gonna say one of her greatest talents is hospitality. She's a very like hospitable, kind, inviting type person. Like if you're in her space, if you are so lucky enough to be invited to any of her functions, like such I am, then she makes sure you're good. She's like all over the place because she gotta attend to everybody and she'll always come
Yeah.
back to be like you because I'm usually by myself. I travel solo. And then I think she is an excellent listener. Really, really good listener. She what you say about my friend?
No, I'm saying, go ahead. I'm listening. I got you in my ear. I hear you real clear.
Yep. And I think that she's an honest individual. That's a talent these days because people are not honest. Like she'll tell
Honest.
you, yeah, she'll let you know how she feels
What?
and
Why did your voice go
non-judgmental.
up, sir?
If she likes you, she likes you. If she doesn't, I don't really know. I don't really know the Erica that
If I
don't like
don't
people.
like you, I'll still be kind of cordial because I don't
That's the
like
way you're
being
raised.
mean to people. Depending on the setting, right? Like there's certainly coworkers I don't like, right? But I'm cordial because we're coworkers,
Yeah.
you know. So I'll be
You
nice,
know, raised
cordial.
with good stock. Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you for all that though, Lisa. I appreciate it. And Chef, to your question, I mean, no, I don't currently sing well. I used to
She
sing,
said, well,
but
don't sing it.
currently I don't. I got some thyroid issues going on. I
But she
can't.
Believe
got a child and children who do.
Right. Yeah,
believe it.
they took it. They took
Believe it or not, I can sing.
it. Really.
And but my first talent and the talent that I love the most is that I'm a writer. So I know how to write music really well. So when I was in
Oh.
high school, I had got my BMI and my ASCAP license.
Number. Hmm.
Yeah, so I was writing songs. I met with some great A&R managers. So, but I can sing. I can rap. You would never
Well, then I
know
might
that.
need your help because I'm about to
No,
do
no,
my
no,
R&B
I was
no, no,
about
no,
to
album.
say
no.
you can write
No,
something for
I'm
my
saying
I'll
kids.
be
I'm
in the
about to
You
do
kitchen
my
about to put
singing.
you
R&B
to
album.
work.
I'll be in the kitchen singing.
We about to put you to work. You about to
You
write
ain't about
some
to, I got
music.
enough. I work 16 hours a day.
What's
And it's
another
about
Your
album?
help might be introducing me to somebody else. I know a lot of gospel producers, but I need some R&B ones.
I got kids that sing. You write them something. You get your cut. They get their cut.
you know what? You kind of do look like that rich mom though. You do kind of got that rich mom kind of, you know
I
what I mean?
appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
bank on that. These kids
Yeah.
gonna retire me.
Yeah, I ain't lying. I ain't lying. So Lisa, how much you gonna call if I do an event, Lisa? Can we talk offline about your pricing? I
We
might
sure
got an
can.
event plan going on this spring and summer. Actually, I'm doing a cookout and I am inviting you guys. I don't know if you're gonna travel this far, but you do have an invite to try my food. Amen. So you will have an invite. I'm
How far
planning
are
it.
we talking?
You know what, Erica? I come pick you
What's
up.
your blip? But Erica, we could carpool
Yeah, we
maybe.
can carpool. But I'm just
I
saying,
mean,
you
you
said it like,
You know, if
whew,
because I come pick both of y'all. How far y'all? How long? Y'all close? Y'all close
to
together?
each other.
we're
Yeah.
not that far from each other.
Like
She
what?
and I are
45 minutes?
no
No.
less.
Oh,
I
so
don't even
somebody
think is it
somebody
even
can meet at
100.
somebody else's house and I come pick y'all up.
Mm.
I
Okay,
would
yeah.
come to
I'll
her
come pick
because
y'all
she
up.
live closer in. However,
Closer than most.
that
It's the drink.
is all gonna be in my head. Thanks.
Right.
So,
It's the drink. This drink was good. Look at that. I don't messed up a whole.
What was it? You telling us to look it up? What was it?
It was Hennessy and cream soda actually.
I don't know about
mm,
that.
It's the only time I drink soda.
I don't
I do
like
not
cream
I
soda.
do not drink. But when you listen, when you mix it, because I don't like cream soda either. But when you put it in your Hennessy, it is a different.
Is cream soda like a dark soda, like a
Yeah,
Pepsi, a
No,
yeah.
it's
Coke, or
It's like
light.
Clear?
this is look,
It
Erica.
I
tastes
don't
like
drink dark.
cream.
I don't
I
drink
don't. So I
sodas,
don't. I don't.
but I don't drink dark colas. I cannot. Never have, never
Y'all.
will.
Why y'all so bossy?
We have to be.
We need a. You like yo? Why y'all got so many? What you don't
Y'all, we got
do's
How is
we're
that
gonna get off of
bossy?
here and I need my few minutes with y'all too. So what do you want to say to the people, Erica, to close out?
To the people, what I want to say closing out is we are, for single people, I will say this. We are in a different time frame than past. So we might need to adjust some of our expectations. I'm not saying settle, that's not what I'm saying. But if we previously had these concepts and constructs that we were raised on, we might need to relax them a little bit. For our younger people, you might need to tighten things up a little bit though, because I think the younger generation, they too loose. Like we got to kind of meet in the middle, and that's not just romantic relationships. That's, probably any relationship, right? We got to, I don't know, maybe compromise. Maybe next time we need to talk about what does compromising look like.
Every time we don't plan it. So if you want to talk about it, just bring it up.
Yeah. We need to talk about that, because I think compromise can come with a negative connotation for some
Mm-hmm.
people, and it doesn't have to be.
Mm-mm.
I don't know what you laughing at, but that's me. That's my
It doesn't have to be. You're
passive.
right. I'd rather not. I'd rather have
You
it my
rather
way.
not
I'm just
compromise.
kidding. I'm kidding. Just kidding. I compromise
Hey,
way too
listen.
much.
No, I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna say that offline. No,
We're
I don't want to hear
kidding. Yeah, say that offline.
that.
What you have to say, Chef? Go ahead and
What's your
say your
last
words.
closing
We're
remarks?
kidding. I'm kidding. What are your words? I might have to actually like literally edit this video because we went
So
to like our regular conversations.
no, it was good. It was good shit. So I would like to say that hey, listen, you made it thus far midweek. You're here midweek. You done made it. 2 more days, Thursday and Friday, and you can live for the weekend. And the weekends is for Michelob. The weekends are for Michelob.
Oh my god.
So when you when you get there to the weekend, make sure you have fun. Play your favorite music. You worked hard. You got here. You here. You here, people. It ain't that's all good, but you're living. It ain't perfect, but you're living. 2 more days, Thursday and Friday, and you can do whatever the hell you want.
Do what you want.
Right now,
Hold on.
you guys have a great weekend. I ain't gonna see y'all until June.
Lisa.
Why you never serious? I'm like, we didn't even skip May. First of all, next month is my birthday, so I best to see your face. I need a whole song on my birthday. So I like for people to sing to me on my birthday, May 18th. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But no, this the last couple of weeks have been really interesting. A lot of information has been thrown my way, good and bad. But I am going to continue to trust God through the process. I hope that you all do too, no matter what. I say in Romans 8:28, all things work together for good. Then the love the Lord, then I'm called according to his purpose. So even if I don't know how it's happening, I don't see how it's happening, I know it's gonna happen in my favor. I'm looking forward to the other side of this.
Amen.
Right now, 25 and 26 have been a little trying, but great things, it's good and bad things. So rain, on the just and unjust. So trying to stay in the just category.
Amen.
So far, so good. I think so. I think I would be proud. But I hope that you all enjoy our podcast. I hope that you like, share, and subscribe to it. Again, you can find it here on YouTube, iHeartRadio, Amazon, Apple, Spotify, pretty much anywhere you find. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing, Michelle? Okay, anywhere you can find podcasts. You can find them. I don't know. Like if he starts laughing, I start laughing. I don't even know why I'm laughing. But we're out there.
My
Okay?
laugh make you laugh. That's why.
It does. Anybody's laugh makes me laugh. Like
No,
I'm
no. Anybody's not on the show.
on the podcast. Okay,
It's
well,
me.
I just laughed
Thank
after
you.
you laughed. So yes,
Thank you.
I got tickled.
Give me a little bit. Just a little
Just
bit.
a little bit of credit.
A little bit
Okay,
of credit.
with that being
Ain't gonna
said,
lie.
y'all, we thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. One singing lady out.
One single lady.
Singing.
Thank you. One single lady. One singing lady.
Singing.
One singing lady out.
Erica out.
Chef. Out.
Chef is out too. Bye. y'all.